Everybody uses accessibility in games, from changing the audio to rebinding your controls. It's just that some people use accessibility more than others. So today I'm going to share with you the best games that I have found with accessibility. Hello, hi, you lovely lot, and welcome back. I'm sorry, I've got a little bit of a cold, so I might sound a little bit off. But today we are going through the best cute and cozy games that have got the best accessibility options for you. I'm going to run through the games and the accessibility options so you can decide for yourself whether they are a good fit for you and whether you would like to choose these games. They are in no particular order, but the first game I am going to talk about hasn't got accessibility options, but the gameplay is more accessible to people, and this game is called Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, I started my channel as an Animal Crossing New Horizons YouTuber, but if you don't know about Animal Crossing, let me tell you a little bit about it. You escape to your own personal island where you can fish, garden, chat to villagers, decorate, and much more. This game is all about creating an island at your own pace, where the time of day and seasons match the real life world around you, so something is always happening on your very own island. You get to name your island and customize and terraform however you would like. You also get to villager hunt for different villagers that can come and stay on your island. And during the day, there are daily tasks like watering crops, catching bugs, donating to the museum, digging up fossils, collecting nook miles, chatting to villagers, collecting DIY recipes, taking a ride on Captain's tour boat, upgrading and building shops and houses, building bridges, and there is so much more to this game. It even has a DLC for you to buy separately, but the reason I included this in the accessibility list is not because it has accessibility features per se, it's because it is very slow paced and you can play in your own time and in your own way. So once you get the hang of time traveling, you never have to play at night time. So if vision is a problem for you with poor lighting, you don't ever have to play at night. There's no controller customization, but you can actually play with just one hand if you wanted to, because everything is really slow paced, so you'd walk up to something and then press a button if you wanted to do it that way. It has really big speech text bubbles for you so you can read it on screen. There is no speaking component to the game, so you don't need audio on to be able to understand anything that's going on. With the fishing, the control vibrates when a fish is at the end of the pole, so you know when to catch the fish. The flowers sparkle when they have been watered correctly. So there are many accessibility options in this game. As I said before, I was an Animal Crossing content creator before I did cozy content. So Animal Crossing kind of holds a special place in my heart, and I think you would really enjoy it if you've never played it before. It's really cute, really cozy, and it's just an all-round good game. This game is only available on Nintendo Switch. Next up, we have a game called Mail Time. It's your first day on the job as a newly minted mail scout, and you're equipped with a mushroom hat, a pack full of letters, and an unbridled enthusiasm to deliver letters and packages across the Grumblewood Grove. Their recipients eagerly await the sight of your mushroom hat, so you need to run, jump, glide, and make your way across the forest to deliver parcels to the cute critters that inhabit these woods. You meet 15 heartwarming characters with their own stories and charms, and explore the colourful and whimsical environment in this cozy cottagecore adventure. You can customise your scout however you'd like, with over 56,000 customizable variations, and there are 6 different categories ranging from skin tone to backpack type, and you can earn scout badges as you upgrade and progress through the game as well. There are no time limits, no no time pressures and no risk of harm. There is no fall damage, and you can proceed at your own pace, whether you want to take your time or play this game as quickly as possible. There is no right way to play. Now, this game actually has a website where they show all of the accessibility features included in the game. So even before you buy the game, you can see absolutely every single accessibility feature that is included, which I think is absolutely amazing. It's everything from the character to the camera to the graphics. Everything is customizable and everything is resettable as well. So you can change this at any point during your gameplay, which is amazing. I absolutely love this, and I'm so happy that they've put it on their website. They also have a checklist, which I've never seen before, and this is amazing. So you can see what they plan to work on in terms of accessibility, what they've completed, and what is too far out of their budget but they would have liked to include. And I think this is amazing that the developer has included this and put it on the website as well, and not just like hidden it away from us all, because it really shows that this game has been knitted in with accessibility. Not just accessibility has been the afterthought, and I really love that. I wish more games did that. The developer has done an amazing job with this game. Mail Time Anyway is an absolutely amazing game. You will love it. It's quite a short game, but you will love it anyway. It's so cute. I love that you play with like a little mushroom hat. But yeah, you will thoroughly love this game. I will leave the link for the website down below if you want to go check the Mail Time website out. This game is available on PlayStation, on Nintendo Switch, and on Steam. Next up, we have a game called Oxen 2.
Riley returns to her hometown of Kamina to investigate mysterious radio signals. What she finds is more than she bargained for. TVs turn on and off, planes lose radio stations can't broadcast through the static in this small coastal town of Kamina. This is the mind-bending follow-up to the critically acclaimed narrative adventure game Oxen from Night School Studio. Play it as a standalone story or dive deeper by playing the original. It's up to you. As you play, you'll shape every step of your story through your choices. How you choose to deal with the supernatural events at hand will forever alter the future. Your choices impact who Riley becomes, your relationships, and the story options available to you at every turn. 5 years ago, on nearby Edwards Island, a few teenagers unwittingly opened a portal, causing a rift between realities and timelines. Now, members of the mysterious cult-like group are trying to open a new portal to pull something out. It might be dangerous, not only for Riley, but for everybody else.
Now, this game has a settings tab where you can control things like the sound, the video, and then the games tab is where it holds all of the accessibility options, and you can change the subtitle sizes, the contrasts, the font, and the language from here. And the game automatically has subtitles for you, so you don't need to worry about that. And there is a dyslexia friendly font available. It's labeled alt font, and you can find that in the settings as well. You can't change the controls around, unfortunately, in this one, but you do have the option to play with either the keyboard or the mouse, or both if you want to, so you can choose either. And you don't have to hear any of the music or the sounds to enjoy the game. You can just purely rely on the subtitles if you need to, because none of the music and the sound impacts on the gameplay itself. It's just to kind of make this eerie, creepy feeling come to life. Oxen is kind of a cute and creepy game, which I really enjoy, and it's got a good amount of accessibility options, but not a lot, a fair amount. This game is available on Netflix Games, on PlayStation, on Nintendo Switch, and on Steam. Next up, we have the game Sea of Stars.
This game is a turn-based RPG inspired by classics. It tells the story of two children of the Solace who will combine the powers of the sun and moon to perform eclipse magic, the only force capable of fending off the monstrous creatures of the evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer. You swim, climb, vault, or hoist up ledges as you traverse seamlessly through the world with a navigation system based on platformers that break free from the classic bound to the grid tile set movements. There are many ways to hang out in the world of Sea to Stars if you feel the need for a change of pace in your adventure. There is sailing, cooking, fishing, stopping by the tavern to listen to a song, or play the infamous tabletop game known as Wheels. Every system has been designed to deliver an experience that pays respect to the retro classics while rethinking in some areas to offer a smooth and modernized experience. There are dozens of original characters, some epic, some silly, and other times emotional, and it is chock full of unexpected twists and events that you'd expect along the way.
Now, this one's a little bit different because the options menu has some accessibility options, and then the gameplay itself, you can change the gameplay to impact your accessibility as well, which I'll get into both, so don't worry. So the options menu, it has a separate tab for controls, for audio, visuals, and general gameplay settings. The keyboard controls can be changed to however you like, but there is no mouse support. You only ever use the keyboard, but there is controller support, so you can use a controller if a keyboard is not accessible to you. There is no audio dialogue in this game, it solely relies on the subtitles, and it doesn't have any audible dialogue in the game. Now for the gameplay itself. When you start the game, there is a tutorial that you go through, and it gives you like guides that you can read and look up. These guides you can access at any time during your gameplay, so you can go back to them and read them. They will give you the button that you need to press as well, so you can have a look at those at any point during the game. Then there are these things called relics. Relics you collect during your gameplay, and this is how it changes the difficulty of the game or the accessibility options. So each of the relics has a perk or a disadvantage, and it allows you to increase or decrease your difficulty during combat, and you search for them in dungeons or you can buy them at shops around the world. The relics themselves as well have a good amount of audio and visual feedback, so that could help a lot of players during the combat to help them if they need it. This one is a little bit tricky to go through because it's mostly about the gameplay and how you would play the game rather than the accessibility options themselves. It is a turn-based combat system, so it is more of a slower paced option for you, and as I said, you can either play with a keyboard or a controller. This game is available on PC, on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, and on Xbox. Next up we have a game called Stray Gods. Now, like Mail Time, they have a complete accessibility page for you to look at before you purchase the game, so I would highly recommend you look at that first of all. This is a really thought out accessibility option for Stray Gods. They haven't thought about it afterwards, they've thought about it before and kind of built the game around it, which I really, really like. There is so many accessibility options. It might take me a while to run through them all, but I want to just point out that there are content warnings in the game, and they are categorized on the accessibility page as well, but they include alcohol use, violence, PTSD, death, and suicide, just to warn you. So to start off with, the whole settings page is really thorough. You can change all of the controls in the game, both for keyboard and for the controller itself. Pausing the game is possible at any time, and when the game is paused, you can actually read the subtitles that are on the screen. It doesn't like black the screen or write over the screen, anything like that. It actually takes the time, if you need it, to read everything. So you can pause it as many times as you need to. It never punishes you for pausing the game, and that is something that I really, really like. There are timed choices in this game, but you can turn that off if you need to. So regarding the text on the screen when the game is paused, you only get that text on the screen if you turn the subtitles on, and there is an option in the options menu to turn that on, and you can toggle for it to be a larger subtitle font if you need it. There are audio volumes for you, so you can toggle those up and down. There is also a night mode which will decrease the volume of loud sounds and increase it for quieter sounds. Summerfall Studios is the publisher who's published the game, and they've created a statement on the accessibility page that says it isn't fully blind accessible as it lacks a screen reader support for menus and dialogue choices, but there is an option in English for audio descriptions at certain times, and an example is available on their accessibility page. Also, just to be aware that they have VFX effects in the game, and some of these cannot be turned off, and some visual transitions are a fade, so some players may experience that as like a flickering, so just to warn you. But I will leave their website down in the description so you can read everything. It's very thorough. It's a really good accessibility page. It has sliders and you can see different bits and pieces. It's really good. This game is available on Steam, on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Epic Games, on Humble Store, and on GOG.com. Next up we have Chory, A Colourful Tale. Again, this game has amazing accessibility features. This game looks so cute, so cozy, and I'm so happy it has so many accessibility features in it. They are all in the options menu and they are so various. I'm going to try and get through most of them, not all of them, but the first one I want to talk about is, in an interview, one of the developers said to Game Rant that Chory was actually designed to be fully playable for everyone, even individuals with color blindness, which is utterly amazing. You don't need to hear or listen to any of the sounds in order to play the game, but there is something called a wet sound toggle in the options, but this basically allows players with misophonia to not have to deal with the wet sounds, eliminating the ick factor of the wet paintbrush sound effects. Also have an eye strain option, so you can choose between a warm filter, a white screen, or a stronger filter. You can toggle off flashing effects and screen shake. There are text effects, so you can turn off the visual text effects. There are options for text scrolling, and they do have like a subtitle kind of text in the game. Unfortunately, you can't change the size of this, but some of the text is really big and really easy to read, and some of the text is small, I guess for like an effect in the game, like, you know, when people whisper or like talk under their breath, I guess for that kind of effect. I would have liked them to do like a text size option. That would have been great. All the other options are just amazing. After that, you can then change your controls. They're fully customizable, and it also has presets, which is handy. There's a content warning option. There is no blood or violence in this game, but in some scenes it might be difficult for some people because it kind of deals with depression and those kind of lines, so you can toggle that on to warn you before you enter that scene. There's a multiplayer health option, and there's an option to skip boss fights and reduce action time speed if you need it. As for the gameplay itself, It always has hints available to you if you need them. They're kind of included in the storyline, which is really cool. You will call home to chat to your mom, and she will subtly give you a little hint. But afterwards, if you need a stronger hint or need like proper direct answers, you have the option to talk to your dad afterwards, and they will give you the directness. And the game never penalizes you for going through all the hints, and you can do this as much as you need to as well, which is really cool. I really like this, that there's so many options included. And this game is just really cute and really cozy, and who doesn't want to just make a colourful screen come to life? This game is available on Steam, on Nintendo Switch, and on PlayStation. And the last game we have is called Dredge.
Dredge is a single-player fishing adventure with a sinister undercurrent. Sell your catch, upgrade your boat, and dredge the depths of a long-buried secret. Explore a mysterious archipelago and discover why some things are best left forgotten. Captain your fishing trawler to explore a collection of remote isles and their surrounding depths to see what lies below. Sell your catch to the locals and complete quests to learn more about each area's troubled past. Outfit your boat and better equipped to trawl deep sea trenches and navigate to far off lands, but keep an eye on the time. You might not like what you find in the dark. This game is creepy and scary and has content of blood and violence. Just to warn you, they also have their very first DLC called The Pale Reach, which is where you get to explore the treacherous ice fields, a mystery frozen under the ice. You'll retrace the steps of the last crew that came before you and unearth a story of bitter betrayal.
Now I know this again is like a cute and creepy game, but this does have some really good accessibility options if you're looking for a different kind of cozy game. As it's a fishing game, as you fish in Dredge, you sail around. As you're over the fishing spots, you press X to interact with them, and this creates like a little mini game effect. And this can be hard sometimes for people who have accessibility issues. There is an ability to enable a relaxed fishing mode in Dredge, which makes fishing always succeed no matter how many times you miss the spot. It will even succeed if nothing is pressed. So all you have to do is go up to the fishing spot. It means you'll succeed no matter how many times you get it wrong. The basic movements can all be done with one hand if you need it to, and the camera moves with the boat as well, which makes it kind of easier for you if you need that. You can change the controls if you need to, both on the keyboard and the mouse and on the controller if you use that. All of the messages and the subtitle text that comes up is under a black text box, which makes it easier for some people to read. Unfortunately, you can't adjust this text box or make it bigger, which is annoying, but you can change the colour of the words if you need to that have narrative importance or a negative positive response. So you can change that if you need it. There isn't any spoken dialogue in this game, so you don't need the audio to succeed. And in terms of actual settings in the game, the volume can be adjusted if you need it. The length of the tutorial can also be adjusted. The camera sensitivity and the motion smoothness can be adjusted. Oh, and in-game, it automatically saves every time a player goes to the dock. So you don't need to worry about going into settings and saving every time if that's something that worries you as well. So Dredge doesn't have a lot of accessibility options, but it's a good game if you want to try something a bit creepy and cozy, but it is also very relaxing, and it has this like relaxed fishing mode. So it's a bit different from the cozy games that are out there. This game is available on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, on Xbox, and on Steam. And that is it. Those are all of the games that I think that you would enjoy, cute and cozy, that have the best accessibility options. I hope you found something in this list that you can enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below of any more accessibility games that you enjoy, because I would love to try some more out. I am one of those people that goes straight to accessibility options in a game to see what they have, because genuinely I do need them and I do love to look at them and see what they offer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more cute and cozy games. Big thank you to my channel members. Thank you so much for becoming one. If you would like to, you can do so down below while you're subscribing. As always, have a fantastic rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!